All this talk about all these Sherlock Holmes live action adaptations, yet when the hell are we gonna get
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century?
You guys didn't see that show, did you? No one saw that show. I'm the only one who saw that show. I always tell people what the show's about. They resurrect Sherlock Holmes in the future. It's animated. It's great.
I saw a little bit of it.
Yeah. Everything's a little bit with you, John.
It is.
I saw the whole thing.
Dedicated.
Hey, we're gonna watch Enola Homes. Ebola Homes. Let's do it.
Now, where to begin? My mother named me Enola, which backwards spells alone. And yet, we were always together. And it was wonderful. She was my whole world. Which leads me on to the second thing you need to know. A week ago, I awoke, Mother, to find that my mother was missing.
Oh no, heavens!
I'm presently on the way to collect my brothers, Mycroft and Sherlock. Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective, my genius brother. He will have all the answers.
Enola. I shall have no gloves.
But I have a hat. Just makes the head itch. And I have no gloves.
My God.
A wild woman brought up a wild child. Will make her acceptable for society. She seems intelligent.
There are two paths you can take, Enola. Yours, or the path others choose for you.
It is time to find my mother. The game is afoot. If I have to stay hidden from my brothers, I must become something unexpected. A lady.
I was gonna say, it sounds like that song.
You progress nicely.
Is she safe?
She's our company.
I'm Viscount Tewkesbury.
A useless boy.
You have to help me. I'm not ready to die on a train.
Whoa!
Before I met you. What are you planning, Mother?
She always had a reason for everything. A way of doing things. She wants to change the world.
Okay.
Perhaps it's a world that needs changing.
It always needs change.
Most well-bred ladies. I was never taught to embroider. I was taught to watch and listen. I was taught to fight. I'm going to find you, Mother.
You don't know how to embroider.
Woo!
Wow.
That was quite a trailer.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fun. Before we started filming this, my notification bells on YouTube alerted me that Honest Trailers has covered Mean Girls. I was like, that's an interesting choice. And then when watching this trailer, halfway through, I was like, this is kind of like a teen movie from the 2000s.
Yeah. I was thinking of that Dickinson show with Haley Steinfeld this whole time because it had a similar vibe, at least in the ad campaign.
In terms of like the amount of Sherlock Holmes properties, this feels the most different right now and the most fresh. Here's the odd thing I thought about this trailer. It seems like there's a lot of tones happening here. You got something that does kind of remind me of like a good version of a 2000s teen comedies. You know, you got this teenager, Millie Bobby Brown, alone Holmes. You got this very personal investigative storyline of, I need to go find my mother. And then it seems like this adventure just sets around this like crazy adventure. It leads to romance, uncovering other mysteries, yada, yada, yada. And Henry Cavill as Sherlock Holmes is the buffest Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, definitely.
I was kind of surprised how it didn't seem like there's much Sherlock in this trailer. The focus has to be on Enola, and she's the main character. She's the one we're introducing. At the same time, for some reason, I was just expecting the trailer to kind of hone in a little bit more on Henry Cavill and the fact that he is Sherlock Holmes. Halfway through, I was like, wait a minute, is this one of those like wacky adventure ones where she's like stumbling into revelations and other people are coming to her and being like, are you Enola Holmes? Like that kind of vibe? Or is it a detective thing and she's really solving and figuring out cases, you know? I didn't really get much of that vibe, which is what I associate in the Sherlock Holmes world, you know? Like piecing the evidence together. Or is it she's kind of stumbling into certain situations. I'm saying right now, this felt less Sherlock Holmes and more Shanghai Nights.
That's a great call. It does have that kind of a vibe to it.
That's what I meant by like wacky, kind of just stumbling into the answers.
Yeah. By like bumbling convenience. And I feel like that wouldn't be the tone you would want for this, just given the day and age we're in, but it would be nice to have that cleared up because, yeah, it's like the tone and the look and the cast, like everything looks so fun and energetic.
Yeah.
I just hope there's a reason that this is a Sherlock Holmes thing. I couldn't 100% tell in this trailer if the implication is that she is just as brilliant as Sherlock Holmes is and is just as capable of a detective, or if she just has her own set of incredibly well-developed skills or something like that. And yeah, I mean, her mom is missing, so I have some kind of suspicion that there's going to have to be a Sherlock Holmes style mystery, but I couldn't tell, whether it was going to become one of those madcap adventure things or if it's going to be like a dedicated, no, we have this one mystery we're going to solve and maybe this guy's coming along for the journey, because when Sherlock and Mycroft come in, it started to feel to me like some kind of odd, quirky family thing, and maybe we're gonna get to know their relationship, because I don't know how much Enola Holmes, if at all, figures into the actual stories, if his sister is even alluded to or not. It's funny to me because now it feels like we're getting some kind of biographical expansion, on a character who doesn't actually exist. I couldn't 100% tell if she's just supposed to be brilliant or if it's just more about her spunkiness or something like that.
Well,
because it has that like fourth wall breaking and she's constantly talking to you, which doesn't always suggest cleverness to me when it comes to writing, at least in terms of like, true mystery and stuff like that.
With wanting to demonstrate all these tones in this one, like almost 3-minute trailer, I was a little bit confused on what the actual style of the movie is. Because when the credits came up, it feels more like it should be a series.
It does. It really does.
When the credits came up with like the pictures and really feeling like a teen movie, I was like, this is kind of jarring.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was charmed, but also jarring.
Yeah, what I'm worried about, just because of, again, this trailer, and this is, again, pretty fresh as an idea to me. I don't know a lot about the history of how this movie got made, but I almost wonder if we're going to have an issue in that, like, if the movie's just great, then that's all that matters, really. But I feel like there could be some level of confusion for people being like, is Sherlock Holmes going to figure into this? Is he going to be a big part of it? From this trailer, it kind of looks like he's going to be a side character who, is significant but not a huge part of the main plot. And so are you going to get people who are taken aback by that? Are you going to get people who are coming in still expecting a lot of Sherlock, even though it's not named after him? And would it have been worth it at that point to just create a new brilliant sleuth female character?
I will say, though, Millie Bobby Brown getting a chance to rock her, what I believe is her actual accent. Yeah. The only two things I've seen her in are Stranger Things and Godzilla.
She's playing American.
And to see her here, where I'm like, her personality really shines, and she does feel like a commanding lead.
Yeah.
And I do love how she doesn't just seem like, oh, you're female Sherlock, Like, it feels like a very different character. and
as much as I'm unclear, I'm also like, that seems like it could have potential.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely has this like feminine quality to it, the whole trailer vibe. Yet it's written and directed by two guys.
I know.
I'm like, that's interesting.
I could hear
there's
that.
nothing wrong with that. I'm just kind of surprised, because I would expect like a female writer at least for some reason.
I could just see them on the couch being like, we could sell that. Like that moment where they had the idea. And I mean, sure, and I'm sure a lot of female talent was employed to make the movie, but it is funny, a little bit funny. Yeah.
For it being in the Holmes investigation universe, I would like it to be more than kind of like, because the last half kind of made it feel a bit like a wacky adventure and not enough like true detective qualities, because it seems like she's supposed to start off as she's a teenager, she's kind of goofy, and she's nothing like her brother, and then she's
rough around the edges a little bit.
And then she's supposed to kind of grow into her own, and even there's a crack that Sherlock makes in this trailer about like, no, she's actually, I didn't quite catch it, the trailer was so fast. she's actually kind of intelligent or something. The impression I was getting is that she seems like someone who couldn't solve this or be a proper hero, and then she'll kind of grow into her own and then prove against all odds that she could save the day.
Yeah.
And that she could be a hero.
And maybe the brilliance of the Holmes reasoning ability had something to do with their mom.
And I really feel like Henry Cavill could pull off a Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
And if this does well, it would be cool to get a sequel where it is like Millie Bobby Brown and Henry Cavill, the duo I've always wanted.
And then we can get him actually like doing some bare knuckle boxing and like taking opium.
Frame rate. Yeah.
And then he'll do the arm cock like in Mission Impossible, but he'll actually beat someone down. It's gonna be awesome.
All right, guys. Well, what'd you think of this trailer? Will you be watching it this September? Probably. Not much coming out. All right, guys. Well, subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Leave your thoughts down below about the trailer. Last but not least, Adelia Chamberlain. Adelia, you know how much I love the hell out of you. And I was like, out of anyone here who reminds me the most of Enola Homes, it's gotta be Adelia.
Yeah.
See, I tied it in. Adelia, you know, if you investigate her name, you could find out what it really means. A stands for ambitious.
Ooh. D stands for do-gooder. You're a
Yes.
do-gooder.
E is for equality, because that's what she fights for.
L for lovely, which you are.
I for intelligent, because obviously.
And A for amazing, because you're amazing.
Adelia,
Delia.
break out of your chamber and go into the
lane.
The lane of
Find your lane.
of
Deductive
murdering Republicans.
murdering Republicans. Yeah.
Based on.
You know? I'm sure you'll be brilliant at it.
I'm not saying I want that.
I
think that's what you want.
I think you need to kind of calm.
I'm just kidding. Republicans are number one.
Make America.
I think I saved it.